All right, so I'm gonna go over how I installed my Auxbeam 8-gang light controller on my 2023 Subaru Outback Wilderness. This is not an instruction video, just more of a how I did it kind of video. So my Subaru's got these red line hood struts that I installed, and when I went to go mount the box, I originally wanted this all turned 90 degrees. But when I went to go close my hood, the hood struts would hit this box, and it wouldn't allow my hood to close all the way. So what I did is I mounted these off to the side. I took some of this factory hardware that comes with your Auxbeam controller, drilled a couple extra screws in this long plate, and then mounted it directly to my fuse box. Took some silicone and I went around the screws to make sure that there's no water that's able, or no leaks that are able to get in here inside, no water. I still have full access to my controller box, no issues there. Still open this, no issues there, but it's out of the way when I close my hood. The struts falls, no problems at all. I wanted to try to make this as clean as possible when I did this, so I tried tucking all the wires to the side. It's still not perfect, but it's definitely a lot better than just having wires go everywhere. All the wires that go into the box come over on this side. There's a little bit of an overhang right here that allow all the wires to pass up without rubbing on anything. All the wires that come out of the box go around the fuse box and under this panel right here. They run up and over and then down into this boot. So this is the hardest part of my entire installation, was getting the controller wire to pass through this boot. I'm going to tell you, it's not easy. I know some people have talked about going through the grommet on the side by the door, but I could not figure out how to do that. So I ended up passing it through this grommet right here. What I ended up doing was I got a 1/4 inch extension for my socket, and then this end piece is just about the same size as the plug on that wire. So I butted these two up together, wrapped it really well with electrical tape, and then just kind of shoved that in. There's a little bit of a gap right where that hard plastic piece is, and where that boot goes around it, that you're able to shove that into and kind of push it through. Eventually you won't be able to push it anymore because it's hitting the rubber on the other side. And what I did was I came down underneath the steering wheel, and I'm going to try to get this shot here. But where'd it go? There it is. So right there, you can kind of see where that wire comes out. Right up there at the top. So I pushed that socket through until I saw a little bulge in the bottom of that plastic. I took a razor blade, cut a really small X, just enough to get that wire to pass through, and then grabbed a pair of pliers and yanked down that thing until I finally got it to pop all the way through. It is the most difficult part of this entire process. So take your time. It's not going to be easy, and it's an awkward position, which makes it even harder. But once that was through, I ran this wire up underneath the steering column and up to this panel. Now I mounted my panel. This is actually screwed into the panel itself. This entire face right here pulls out from the car, and it's super easy. You just give it a big yank and this whole thing pops out, and then this piece will pop out itself. I took this piece off, figured out where I wanted it to sit, made some marks, drilled some holes, and then bolted it down. So when I sit in the car, it really is not in my line of sight that much at all. I'll turn the car on. And you can see it turn on, but it's not in my view. All I got to do is kind of tilt my head a little bit and I can see it. I have access to all the buttons. I've only got 2 on here right now, but it's nice and solid. It isn't going to go anywhere. You can yank on this thing and it's not going to go anywhere. Is there better ways to do this? Probably yes. This is the way that I did it. And I just wanted to show everyone how I did it in case anybody has any questions.